everybody. We're back again. E.J. Raddick here alongside the one and only, the coach, Barry Melrose. Hair getting longer.
Playoff time. Can't
We're
get
in
a
the
haircut.
second round,
Can't
right?
get a haircut.
So
Can't shave.
Not going right to the end. No.
Grizzly Adams. Going with the Grizzly Adams look.
Grizzly Adams. Oh, you're looking good so far.
Thank you very much.
Your first round predictions maybe not looking as good, but not bad.
Not bad.
Not
you know,
bad.
I picked. You know, I'm okay.
You had some winners. You had some
losers. Yep.
You know, you should have stayed with the Flyers. That's the one that's got to you got to look back on.
I think I did stay with the Flyers.
Check the tape. He went for the Devils. All right, we got to look at right now San Jose, the #1 seed in the West, and for all their hard work, what do they do in the second round? They get the Detroit Red Wings, who are playing some great hockey right now, Barry. The two-time defending Western Conference champs. This series should be a lot of fun to watch. What do you think?
Well, you know, believe it or not, I'd rather play Detroit in an early round rather than wait till third round.
Why so?
Well, I think Detroit gets stronger. I think these guys are playoff performers. I think they know how to handle playoff hockey, and they know how to handle days off better. They know a routine. Mike Babcock has coached in a lot of these, so there's no surprises. So I think the longer series go and the more rest they need, they know when to take it. Their practices are better because they know what works, what doesn't work, things like that. But in this series, I think it's going to be great hockey. I think it's going to be fast. I think it's going to be some great plays. We got a ton of talent on both teams. You know, I'll go over my ratings. I think in goal, I give it to Nabokov a little bit over.
Brilliant edge, though. You were almost at push. Now you give a little.
Well, I got to go with a little bit.
The experience is what you like.
And experience and you know, international play. I don't think he's been great in the playoffs. And Jimmy Howard hasn't been great. He hasn't had to be great. That's the difference.
Yep.
I think both these goalies will see a lot of shots. Defense, you can't go against Nicky Lister, Mafalski.
They're deeper.
Cronwall.
They're deeper. Danny Boyle's a great player for San Jose. Rob Blake, an older guy, but they don't have the depth that Detroit has.
So I like Detroit's defense, forwards. Again, San Jose has a ton of talent, but it's untested talent, and it's talent that hasn't won yet.
Yeah.
And whereas you look at Detroit, we just been talking about Detroit-Phoenix. Detroit walks into Phoenix, Game 7, dismantles Phoenix, just made them look sick. And you know, as I said, the longer these guys play, they just know when to be great, and big games they're great in. So I think Detroit's got the edge up front. I think Detroit's going to win the series.
Well, you know what? The thing too, last year, remember Pavel Datsyuk, he didn't score in the playoffs. Then he got hurt. He's had all these problems. This year, first round, boy, he looks terrific. He looks like he's on a little bit of a mission himself. With him and Zetterberg going now, that 1-2 punch up the middle, boy, the Detroit Red Wings are going to be tough to deal with, tough to match up against.
And I thought Franzen got better as the series went on.
That's right.
Don't forget, he's coming off an injury. So, you know, it was 2 months ago, but
still
getting
finding his way.
And we both said Bertuzzi's playing the best hockey we've seen him play in a couple years.
He's been a real good help for them. Mike Babcock's done a great job with him.
And the third and fourth lines of Detroit, they know their roles.
Helm, Draper,
they're going to kick in some goals.
Abdelkader, physical.
And I just look at that team, and they're winners. They know how to win, and I just don't know if San Jose does that. So I like Detroit. I think it'll be a 6-game series, but I think Detroit will win.
Give me a quick note on how San Jose can beat the Red Wings in this series. What has to happen?
Got to shut down Datsyuk and Zetterberg. You can't let those two guys beat you. And right now they beat Phoenix. You know, one guy gets a hat trick one game, the next game the other guy gets 2 goals. So it's just back and forth. Somehow you got to learn how to shut those guys down. What makes them hard is that they're both great defensively. So you know,
all 3 zones.
All 3 zones. So they're not weak. You know, if they're not scoring, they're still helping the team by checking. Right. And you can play those guys against Joe Thornton or Joe Pavelski.
That's right.
And really do a good job. So I just think experience. The only question mark they have is Jimmy Howard, and he was okay against Phoenix.
He's good enough.
He beat Brizgalov. I think Brizgalov outplayed him, but he beat Brizgalov. And at the end of the day, W's and L's are more important than numbers, and he got the W.
One last thing about this series. Some people, you know, let's face it, we've talked about it. The San Jose Sharks have been a team when they lose in the playoffs, everybody's all over them and they're a choker or this or that. I think in this series, if they lose this series, Barry, they're not choking. I think they're just losing to a better team.
Yeah, I think you know, if they'd lost the first round, I think
that's a different story.
Then it'd be a different story, and I think they're going to break up the team. They got to make trades, blah 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 blah. But they beat Colorado. They got the job done, and now now they're going to be tested. They're going to play against a team that's been to the Stanley Cup Finals twice. Right. If they lose 4 straight and look embarrassed, then you got to say, well, there is something wrong with San Jose. But I don't think they will. I think it's going to be a hard-fought series. And at the end of the day, you say, maybe San Jose needs to make a couple changes, But I don't think if they lost the first round, we'd be talking about blowing the whole thing up.
And one thing to look at, fans, is that Danny Heatley, he played through injury in that first-round series against Colorado. He did miss one game. He came back. How healthy is he going to be?
Yeah.
And that's going to be important. You need your scorers in a big series.
And obviously, if Thornton, Marleau, and Heatley go through another series and get one goal, then we got to start, what is going on here?
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be I think, to me, this is going to be the best series to watch. I think this is going to be great hockey.
All right. Well, you like the Red Wings in 6?
I like them in 6.
I'm going to even take them in 5. I just love the way they're playing right now. But we'll see how it.
No respect, San Jose. No respect.
I'm sorry. We'll say, prove me wrong, is what I say. Prove me wrong. I don't think you can. For the coach. Like that? Is that strong?
Mark this tape, please.
For the coach, Barry Melrose, I'm E.J. Raddick. Stay with us right here at ESPN.com.